Hello, teachers. This is an introductory lesson to Kami and how you can use it in Google Classroom. So the first thing that you need to do to use Kami, you need to go to the Chrome Web Store and you need to search in the search box Kami, and then you will locate Kami here. You will click on Add to Chrome. It says Rate It for me because I've already added it. And then you'll get a little window right here that you will click on Add Extension, and then it will go up here by your address box. It might be hidden underneath your extension icon here, so you may have to navigate and find it in that icon, under that icon. Okay, once you have it, you are going to go to this website, kamiapp.com, and you are going to sign up and create an account. Now, I will tell you, there is a totally free version of Kami. However, when you sign up, you are going to get the full version for 90 days so you can see all the capabilities that it has. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account. And I am already in. It knows that I've used my login for Google, so it's totally connected to my Google Drive and Google Classroom. What I'm going to demonstrate in this video is what you can do with a PDF file for your students. So the first thing that I'm going to demonstrate is how we take a large PDF files with lots of pages, lots of sheets for the students to do. How do we split that into single sheets so our students can have an editable file to do their work on? So that's what I will demonstrate first. So I'm going to go to this split and merge option. And I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And in my Google Drive, I am going to navigate to a folder where I know that PDF lives. So you would have to navigate in your Google Drive to a PDF file that you have. So I'm going to select this folder right here for my demonstration. And then I am going to scroll down a little bit and go to the PDF file that I want. And you would do the same. I click on it once and I press select. It loads the document in here, and then you will see a next button. So what we're doing right now, we are taking this large PDF file and we are going to split it page by page. So I'm going to click on next. It loads all the pages. So I think this unit about character setting and events is about 60 some pages long. There's no way that I can give all of these pages at once to my kids. That would be totally confusing. But let's say my mini lesson was on compare settings. So I select this one and I drag it here. I just want my students to work on compare settings for the day that goes along with my mini lesson. So I'm going to drag it here. And then to do something on the Kami app, I'm going to click on export and I'm going to say open in Kami and continue. It will continue to open it in Kami, and I just say open in Kami. Then when I'm in here, I can do a few options to make this editable for my students. I can, because right now my kids, my students, cannot type in these boxes unless I print it out and they write in them. But we live in a digital world now that we need these editable. So I'm going to draw text boxes in these boxes for my kids so they can type. So I just clicked on text box and I clicked in the box and I will type to my students, type here. And I can continue to do this for all boxes. So I'd go back, click on text box, and then continue to make my boxes where it says type here. And I can continue to do that for this box and this box. All right, so now I've made this editable for my students that they can now type on it. There are other things that I can do within Kami that I can't do, like making a PDF in a Google slide that I demonstrated before. I can make this even better, and I can go to the comment part, and I can make voice comments on here, and I can maybe go over the directions. I can even read the story to my kids, and I can make voice notes, or Even better, if I wanted to, I can make video comments by me creating this little video of me in the corner, and they could see me going over the directions. So these really can be teaching moments that you put within the PDF. So let me demonstrate the voice comment. So I'm going to click here, and then you click on it and you click where you want the voice note to go, or the signal for the voice note, which looks like this. It's a dot, and it starts recording me right away right here. You'll notice that it only can be 5 minutes long. So for this voice note, I can go over these directions and give any more directions that I want to tell my kids, or any reminders that I had from my mini lesson. So I will stop this recording. Again, here is a dot that tells the students that this one goes with this particular part. I can then do another voice note and click where I want it, and I could read the story out loud if needed to my students, and it would only have to be 5 minutes long, otherwise it would be too long, and I would press stop when I'm done. So now I have 2 voice notes within this document, and I am ready to send it to Google Classroom. To do that, I would go up here to my menu, my 3 lines or my pancake stack, and I click there. And right here, I can create an assignment in Classroom for my students. So I click there. It generates a Google Classroom assignment using Kami. So I'm going to tell it which class. It's my demo class. You would select your class. I can select certain students if I wanted to. I can give this a title. So it was about compare settings. I can give any instructions on here that I needed to, and then it automatically attaches this PDF, and it makes a copy for each student, which each student would need the copy. I can change the points, give it a due date, I can schedule it to go out, and then I can choose the topic. So I have a topic for this week's assignments. I'm just going to select it, and then I can hit assign, and it will automatically assign on my Google Classroom. It processes and it puts it on my Google Classroom for my students. So once this is up, you'll notice over here, and I can open it in Google Classroom to show you in just a second, but you'll notice that I only touched on a few of these capabilities that Kami has. You can do equations, you can draw on this, you can do shapes, images, you can write signatures. So if you want to go and look more deeply at any of these, they're pretty self-explanatory, but this is what you can do to a PDF file. So let's open it up in Google Classroom so you can see what this looks like for the students. So here it is, and they would just click here to open it, and you would have to instruct your students that they would have to open it up in Kami, so they're going to need the extension too. They would open it up in Kami, and then it would be editable to them, and they could listen to my voice notes, type their answers here, and I will demonstrate in my next video how a student will turn it in and how you can grade it. So that's going to be in video number 2.